Here's the most important point I'm going to make tonight. They're trying to destroy Herschel to deter young men and women of color from being Republicans. If they destroy Herschel, it will deter people of color from wanting to be a conservative Republican because you just have your life ruined. We cannot let that happen. We need to have his back.
We need to have his back. I think he was going to say we need his seat. But then he adjusted before the Freudian slip fully came out and said we need to have his back. Also, is the hatred of Herschel Walker being spewed, which are valid criticisms most of the time, I don't even want to say it's hatred, but are the valid criticisms of Herschel Walker from people on the left and people in the Democratic establishment why Republicans are not getting votes from the Black community? Let's watch more of this ridiculousness.
If Herschel wins, he's going to inspire people all over Georgia of color to become Republicans, and I say all over the United States. Herschel Walker is a nightmare for liberals. He's an African-American conservative. They have belittled him. They have treated him like crap. His family, stand by Herschel tonight. If you can give. If you know somebody that can give, ask them to do it. TeamHerschel.com. The conservative movement for people of color is on the ballot in Georgia. We must help people like Herschel for the benefit of our country and the future of conservatism. TeamHerschel.com, please.
All right, I don't know how he made those crocodile tears come up. And we're gonna get to another hilarious video of Ted Cruz, but I wanna unpack Lindsey Graham first. I think he was able to muster up those tears because he was like, I can't believe I have to be doing this right now. Like, there's no way he is upset that deeply about how Herschel Walker is being treated. I don't believe it. I think he's a ruthless man. He's governed like a ruthless man who doesn't care about working people, especially people of color. And he just cares about his party winning. He cares about maintaining power. That's all he cares about. He cares about a Christian nationalist vision for the United States, taking away the rights of women and making sure that public goods are not delivered and instead our economy is privatized. And those same goods that should be provided by the government are now in the hands of corporations who would rather profit than ensure people have things like housing and healthcare. That's my take on Lindsey Graham. Rayyvana?
Yeah, I think one of the reasons that the Republicans, are so upset that this red tsunami didn't happen is because they really wanted to rub it in the faces of the Democrats, and they now can't do that because the Democrats are framing this as a victory, as they should. I mean, this is the most successful midterm election that a president who's gone into the election with all chambers of Congress and the presidency has seen in a while. And the pundits were all wrong. A lot of the polling was wrong, and the Republicans were wrong. But they thought this was going to be like vindication for them. It was going to be an outlet through which they could attack Democrats and essentially stroke their own egos, and they have been denied that, and they're frustrated about it. Also, it hampers their ability to enact their neo-fascist ideology through the legislator. But now looking more and more like Masto's gonna win re-election for the Senate in Nevada. They're desperate when it comes to this Georgia race, because if the Democrats go in already having this slight majority in the Senate with the 50 plus the vote of the vice president, that's really gonna deter Republicans from turning out and voting in the special election there, which is gonna hurt Herschel Walker's chances of winning. So they're flailing, they're desperate, and they are ultimately really pissed that they didn't get to do a little victory lap and spit in the faces of the Democrats.
I think that's absolutely right. I want to play this video now for us of Ted Cruz. Just watch this.
Hypocrite and being a pastor, I say this: how can he keep the almighty oath to the almighty God and he keep it for them? He hadn't kept it for nobody, so that proves the type of man he really is.
All right, so Cruz, you're the lead blocker here. You're gonna have to open up some holes for Herschel. What?
Come on, man. Ted was told, like, Ted, you don't have to engage with this too much. Just smile and nod. And that's all Ted could do.
Seriously. Open up some holes, Ted.
Let's throw a good football reference in there. I think the people will love that. Jesse Waters is such a Chad. It's ridiculous. But Ted just nodding before the words even come out of his mouth. Herschel could have said anything and Ted would have just.
And he did say anything, because what the hell did he say there? That was just meaningless words just coming out of his mouth. And Ted's like, yeah, insightful. I will open up your holes tonight, Herschel Walker.
Ted Cruz, you've got to be the blocker. I would love to see Ted Cruz on the football field blocking for Herschel Walker. Can we please see that? I'm just scared for the national attention that's going to be thrown at Herschel Walker, even more than before with this runoff. Any last thoughts, Rayyvana?
Yeah, right.
Call you Rayyvana.
It's okay. Right now, what the Biden administration needs to do is hammer hard on that Republicans want to cut Social Security and Medicare. That's how you win this election in Georgia. That's the messaging going into it. We need some sort of economic relief from the Biden administration to get people to the polls. But we need that strong messaging that if Herschel Walker is elected, the Republicans are going to try to take away your Social Security and Medicare, and that Raphael Warnock is going to protect it. And who do you feel who would you be more comfortable with in control of your ability to retire in dignity and be provided with health care as you enter old age? You know, that's the messaging that's going to win that runoff.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm glad you brought that up. I think I called you Rihanna because we just talked about football, and I'm thinking about the Super Bowl performance now. But no, that's a very good point, because Warnock won on $2,000 checks, getting something done for working people. They've got to talk about Social Security and Medicaid, which the Republicans are rearing up to cut.